Alright, so now let's continue. As I said, I will now try to set up the Webpack because I like to start with the static files, the things that will not change, the things that are repeated in every project. So I'm going to copy that, as I told you, from here. So we have these three files. Let us copy them like this and put them here. And let me tell you now what we're gonna do after that. So you might be used to see the dev and the production, but what about the common? We didn't take that at the Udacity class. So the common is actually, the idea of the common file is that by an npm package called Webpack merge, you can merge the duplicated things in the production and the development inside one file and merge it with the other file, the production and the development. It's not hard or something. If you have yours, it's okay, you can continue on yours. Just make sure that the entry file between you and me are the same, because this is what you're gonna need along the project. And make sure that the template is in the same place. These are the only places we need. The files that you are getting your things from or you are putting yourselves in are the same. For example, I have here, I'm gonna make a file called the distribution. You're gonna do the same. It's going to be called distribution like this. So this is all what we need. But other than that, everything is the same. So the common, as I told you, I don't have to repeat writing the entry file in the development and the production. No, I can make the web common, and in the web common I have the entry. But once I say merge like this, I will have everything in the common to be written here and everything in the common to be written here. So of course I selected all the duplicated things and I put them all inside the common. So this is not a big deal. Now, what do you think the next step? Of course, none of these will work unless I download them or install them. So let me just like try to npm install, because we have initiated or initialized an npm valid repository like what you see here. So I can now install anything I want, but let me also say save, because this will save it in the development maybe. And I think it's save dev, right? It's called save dev. So I'm gonna I'm sorry guys, that's very strange. So should I call it npm install save dev, right? Yeah, it's called like this. I'm sorry, because I'm really worried about such tricky simple things. So npm install save dev, and let's now get anything from here and put it on the, this is the first one. Let's go to the second one. We need also something called the Cursor Webpack plugin. It's something that works with the minimizer, you know, it just like it makes the performance of the minimizer that minimizes our files better. And of course we need the most essential one, the Webpack and the Webpack CLI. These ones are, which is the command line and things like this. And the Webpack merge, of course, we need that too. So anything else? Yes, the minimizer. And let's go with that for now. You know, we need here also, what do you think? What do you think? This one we did it. Yeah, things for the SAS, because we already we will have a SAS files, and to handle the SAS we need to install SAS and SAS loader, of course, and CSS loader. I think all of them are needed here. So let's do that. Let's see, just like to make sure. We're gonna say Webpack. It will be very just like very rapid one. You see here he's using a CSS loader. Yes, we're gonna install that, and I think we're gonna install Sass. The TS we don't need TypeScript, so we're not gonna use this, but we need a style loader, a Sass loader, and a CSS loader. So I think I'm gonna download all of them. So let me see, npm I Sass and CSS loader like this, and let's make sure here that we are working fine. So let's say maybe CSS loader first. So we're gonna install CSS loader. Yeah, I guess we don't have to install the style loader or something. And now we have these 3 files. Let's just like try to test whether the project will work or not. But before we do that, we have to go to the package.json, and here we're gonna write a new script which is called, let's say, put a comma, and let's say it's going to be the build. And the build here means this is what's going to build our project. And let's get that from here, because I'm not gonna write it back again. Of course it starts with Webpack, but let me make sure of everything else. So let's go to the scripts. Yes, in the build we have Webpack and the configuration files, which are these files that will overwrite the things in the node module, because actually everything you're doing here is just like it's already in Webpack in the node modules. But what you are doing here, you are making new configurations, you are putting more loaders, you are putting more plugins. So you are sometimes overwriting, sometimes adding. So you need to work in parallel with the node modules about the Webpack packages and with the configurations that you have made here. So let's get all of that, and we are just telling it to take everything from webpack.production.js. Yeah, like that. And now we will also make something for the dev, and I like to make short names like this. It's far better. And of course in the server we will not use Webpack, but we will use Webpack dev server, because this will make the environment update itself every now and then once you make any changes. And the open will, just like once we try to run the dev, it will open directly the local host on the server that we have chosen, or that's automatically chosen, which is maybe 8080, localhost 8080. That will open our project. So, and we are telling it to use webpack.dev.js. So if I want to run this to make sure that everything is working fine, which may not work fine actually, because I know my luck. So I'm gonna make 4 of these, and I'm gonna tell you now why. I like to have one for everything I do. So for one of them, I'm gonna call it start, because this is for the server. Or maybe, yeah, it's better to say server, in which we say npm start, which I didn't build yet, because I'm not gonna work on the server right now. I'm just focusing on the build and the dev environment for the Webpack. And here I'm gonna call that the build, in which we will build our production. And here is the dev, which we will spend most of our time. And here is actually the npm packages, which we will use all the time to download new packages or install, new packages. Another terminal also may be helpful for the get commits. When we try to commit any changes we have done, we can commit them here. This will be better because you don't have to close the dev and open it again after you make the rebuild the thing, or after you npm. And of course you will make a separate one for the npm server, because the server will run on a local host and the dev will work in another local host. So you don't have to close the things and open them again and things like this. No, if you have separated terminals, this will be better. Now let's go and see how the things will crash. I'm too optimistic, right? Run npm build. Excellent. Missing script build. So he can't find the build one. Why? Yeah, because we didn't save. So if I make it like this, now I saved. Let's see what will happen. Well, things changed. Let's see what. Actually, I think we are missing a package or 2 or 3. I don't know, but look, we have this one right here. So we need this one. So he said cannot find this module. So I'm gonna go to the npm packages, the place we said we're gonna make it do everything for us, and I'm gonna say here save dev. I think save dev is written like this, right? Maybe not, but let's see. Well, great. We have a production environment that is valid, that is working fine, that can make for me a distribution folder with no bad things or something. But the question here, sorry, I just installed, I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I was just like dreaming or something. But we have installed the HTML Webpack plugin. I got cheered up when I saw the green lines, like this. So, however, we're gonna go now and we try again with the npm build. And we still need other things. So let's see what we didn't put this time. So we need the clean Webpack plugin. Alright, this is cool. Let's download the clean Webpack plugin. Is it something like this? Something called clean Webpack plugin? I don't remember, guys, but let's see. Alright, let's go to the server again and run it. One error. What is the error? Alright, guys, so the mistake up to now was just like in naming the index.html file. It was not rendered as an HTML file. So that was everything. So I tried to delete it and I made another index.html file in the views. And to make sure also that everything is working fine, I'm gonna make this boilerplate just like quickly. So it's a travel app planner because I'm not convinced that it is a travel app. So it's a travel app planner, and I'm gonna put here hi to make sure that there is something that is going to come in the local host. And also here I'm gonna put an alert to make sure that the JavaScript, which is the entry point of our project, is working fine also. I'm not saying it will work right now, but I mean, once it will work, you will find this. So let's see. Aha! So guys, please clap for me because we have done it. We have made the production build running successfully, not needing any npm packages that are not still messed. Everything is working fine, and the distribution folder is here for us. Inside the distribution folder, you will find the JS files. Even if you made style Sass files, it will convert them to CSS and then put them here separated, because we have something called the extract CSS plugin, which will actually work on making a different version for our CSS. It will not put them into JavaScript. Without this plugin, everything will be put inside the JS. So we have an HTML Webpack plugin, and we have something that make everything bundled inside this JS file, just like here. This is the file name. I have put also a hash, content hash, which will hash with the secret numbers that with every build this number changes. This is better for security and other reasons, and for also not to have duplicates in the local storage from your files. And the clean Webpack plugin will also work on cleaning the older versions from your build, because I'm gonna make the build again and again and again from time to time, because I want to make sure that I have the updated version of my build that my div will work on. So thanks guys, up till now we have made the build, the Webpack is running smoothly, and here comes the end of this part, and in which we need in this case to tell the get that this is a second version of our project which has the build or the Webpack installed and working fine. Let's now try to do that in the git commit. So if I'm gonna say git status, I wanna read what are the files that will be added, and this is very important guys. You will find the dest, you will find the node modules even, and you will find everything else. And this is wrong, you know, this is utterly wrong. And you know what, we made a big mistake, a big other mistake, which we actually saved the .env file inside the get commit. We should not do that, because the env file should not be committed, should not be staged and committed. So we will omit it right now. What we need to do is here, we're gonna say touch, and we make sure that it's in the root directory. We are not inside anything like the source or something. So we're gonna touch and make a .gitignore file, and in this .gitignore we will put three things. We will put any file that has the name .env, and we will also put the node modules, and we will also put what else, the dest, because the dest is something to leave for the client or for any other one who will set up this project to make it himself. The dest has other purposes, and once you try to upload this on anything that will make it work online, you will need to run the build for this environment that you will make this project work on. For example, if you went to Vercel, there's something called Vercel, which enable you to share with your GitHub a working version from your backend website. So for Vercel, you will need to run the npm run build again. You will not give it the distribution folder. But the distribution folder is specialized, or is the concern of the environment that you are setting up this project on. For example, if I'm gonna put this in GitHub and you're gonna put it in your device, you will not gonna need my dest, because you will have to run the build again. So I put these three files, and now I'm gonna save, and let's see, will they appear again here? So let's see, get status, and no, we just have the gitignore. We don't have the node modules anymore, we don't have the environment, and we don't have the dest distribution folder. So I'm gonna now just like git add all of that. Let me do that. So I'm gonna git add the new things, and I'm gonna just like now git commit the new things, and maybe a good way to just like make the things work without just like resetting the commit and going through a lot of git init projects. We will try to save the file now with just like without the environment file. I think this will be good because we didn't write anything in the environment file actually, so nothing important was recorded in the git version number 1, and now deleted .m file, so it's not here, it will not be added, you know. And let's now add it back and see if it will try to stage it. So I'm gonna put it back and I'm gonna get status. So you see, it didn't record that I added the .env, I just deleted the .env. This is what's recorded here, because it will not add the .env file. Look, it's still deleted. Nothing will be added because it's inside the git ignore. As long as it is inside here, it will not be added again to my project. So don't worry, now I can save my primary key and my keys for the APIs without worrying. Now I'm gonna commit these changes and I'm gonna say set up Webpack successfully. Now we don't need to go back to Webpack for anything. We will have now to continue our project without going back to any Webpack files and try to edit them. We don't need that. So I don't think we will get back to this step again. We will just have to move on with our project. But right now we have finished this step, and in the next time we will do the HTML file, and we will put a form, a simple form and a simple output that will make us understand what is going on. And maybe I'm gonna just like explain the index.html. I'm not gonna tell you, we are not gonna discuss the style, and we are not gonna discuss in this index.html how to write everything from scratch. Just like we will copy the index.html and we will explain it, because why I'm gonna write the index.html file again? By this point right now, I think you can do that by yourself. You just need me to tell you the road, the main road. So I'm gonna put the index.html and I'm gonna tell you what are the files you will need, and you're gonna put any class you want to them. You're gonna put any style way you want to them. But for the skeleton of the index.html, it should be the same for me and for you, because we need the same thing. If you're gonna add a feature, do it. I mean extra feature. But for me and for you, we don't need to play around the index.html a lot. Thank you, and we're gonna just like continue in the next part, inshallah.